Hey guys, it's Luna the Wolf Therian here. Now, if you spend any time in the Therian community, you will realise that there are a lot of Therians out there who are Wolf Therians. And there are a lot of Therians out there who call themselves Luna. And I am both of those things. Yay! This is why I'm a stereotype. Woo! Let's begin the video. Basically, we'll start off with the whole naming stereotype thing. A lot of Therians don't actually believe in naming your stereotype because you are your stereotype. I am Luna, as it were. Like, I have the soul of a wolf. Therefore, it is part of me. It's like, it would be like naming your elbow or your arm or anything like that. The reason I specifically name my stereotype, and if it wasn't for this reason, then I probably would never have just gone along with the name Maisie, but the reason I specifically name my stereotype is because, basically, when I was younger, my dad always used to talk to the moon, and he would tell me that the moon's name was Luna, and etc, etc. And as a little kid, I thought the moon was pretty, I liked it, it was a nice little thing in the sky. And, around the age of 8 or 9, I would take my dog out for a walk quite regularly. And one day, while I was out there just walking him, I decided, yes, my name is Maisie, but my natural name, my name that I'm going to use for anything to do that's connected with nature, connected with spirituality, connected with anything like that, my name in that general sense is going to be Luna, because I like the name of Luna and it reminds me of the moon and I like the moon. That was 8-9-year-old Maisie logic. And it's actually a fairly good thing to think, because, like, it was, Maisie is my name for the normal day-to-day life world, and Luna was my name for whenever I was out in nature, when I was out in the woods, when I was having fun, etc, etc. And, I went along like that, and then I found the Therian community when I was 11, and I was like, oh, I'm one of these. It kind of clicked with me instantly. Basically, I knew before I discovered the community that I was a Therian. I didn't know the term Therian, I didn't know anything like that, but I knew I was a wolf within a human body. And when I found the Therian community, it kind of clicked, and it's like, oh, I have a name for it, and there are other people who are like me. And that's kind of how I awakened. I didn't have this, find the community, then have this sudden realization. I had this sudden realization as I joined the community that I was a Therian, because I had realised it before, I just never had a name for it. And when I got into there, I found a lot of people had names for their stereotypes, and as an 11-year-old, I still had this whole Luna name for myself for anything that was the natural side of me, and Luna is part of that. The wolf inside of me is a part of the natural side of me, so naturally I went along with Luna being the name for my stereotype, because Luna was like the natural part of me, it was the instinctual side. And I just got a message, shut up. It was the instinctual side of me. Therefore, it just seemed to make perfect sense to name my stereotype Luna. And that's why I'm Luna. And then, after about a year of being in the community, I found that half the entire bloody community named their stereotype Luna. I'm just like, why do I have to be a stereotype? And I decided that name before I was even in the community. And it's just like, I'm not going to change the name, because I feel like that wouldn't be being true to myself. I mean, there have been times where I'd be like, oh, I should just change my Therian name, because I don't want to be seen as someone who's just copying everyone else, or wants to be part of the crowd, or is just doing it because everyone else that they've seen on the internet is doing it. I don't want to be seen as that. I chose that before I even found the whole online community thing. But I decided not to change it, because that just wouldn't be true to myself, because I chose that name because I connected with it before Therian even happened, before I even knew Therian was a thing. Into why I am a wolf Therian. I am a wolf Therian because I was born that way. I am a wolf Therian, and I have known that I am a wolf in a human body before I discovered the Therian community, as I have said earlier in the video. Let me talk you through the different stages ages 5 or 6, I knew I was different. I knew I was kind of like, ages 6, 7, I knew I was an animal in a human body. I knew I wasn't like the rest of them. The rest of them, they were fine. They were normal. They begin to develop normal human traits. I was just there like having animal instinctual traits. And I was like, oh, well then. And I just thought, because everyone at that point just went along with it, and people around that age always used to play what would be called the animal game. And so I just thought it would be normal. And I just went along with it. And then ages 7, 8, every single time I would play a canine of some sort. And that is, I guess, when subconsciously I knew I was a canine in a human body. Ages probably 8. Yeah, about 8 or 9. I knew I was a wolf in a human body. And I was just like, I am a wolf in a human body. And I never really thought of it as much. I never, like, stood out from the crowd as much because of this whole animal game thing. My friends would play it with me. But as I got older and older and older, it probably got about to the age of 11, right before I discovered the community, where everyone was beginning to grow out of those games, and I just wasn't. And I'm just like, this for me isn't a game. This is me being me. This is me enjoying myself because I feel like this is how I'm supposed to act. And now you guys are telling me that you don't want to act this way anymore. But for me, this isn't acting. This is just me being me, and stop pretending to be a human. And for them, they were pretending to be animals. But for me, during that, I was feeling natural, and it's everywhere else I was pretending to be human. And they kind of grew out with those games. We all grew older, and I was just there like, this isn't a game for me. Then I found the therian community, and I discovered all my therianness, and I meditated and all that other stuff, and I found out more about myself and self-discovery, etc., etc. The rest is history and probably quite boring, and I can't be asked to explain it to you anymore. But that is why I am a stereotype wolf therian named Luna. Woo! Hope you enjoyed the video. Kinda boring. Oh well. Yes, for the good videos you gotta have some bad ones. I'll see you guys later in the next video.